Slipstream Suit, Cash Key, and further back in the race, Delirious. 8/8 just off them on the outside fence, and last of all, Little Dozer as they go down to the 600 metre mark. Right across the track here, if we can sort them out, it's Mr. Royston just in front of Strabane. The Little Tacker behind them, back to the middle, Pastime, Straight Ace, and Pembleton's gone up quickly. Further back, Grey Regent, followed by Pittance, a gap then in the field. Straight Ace dropping out, Cash Key running on, then Matter of Honour, Regal Shot further back from Suit, and then came Little Dozer, Strabane after Pembleton, Grey Regent back on the inside, Pittance across the track here, Strabane and Pembleton from Grey Regent, and now coming down the outside, Little Dozer with a run. Little Dozer finishing hard, going up to Grey Regent. Little Dozer going home better, and Little Dozer a half length on the line. Grey Regent, third's close between Pembleton and Strabane, then Delirious, and further back in the race then Pastime, Cash Key, Suit, then Pittance behind them, the Little Tacker, Mr. Royston, Regal Shot, a gap 8/8 from Slipstream, Straight Ace, and Matter of Honour knuckled at the start back at the rear.
And the winner, number 14, Little Dozer, Brett Preble, 23.70 the win, and 6.70 the place. 17, Grey Regent, return $11. Freddo for third, 2 Pembleton, 1.90, and 8 Strabane, 4.20.
Little Dozer, he was a bit slow away off the inside gate at Moonee Valley when he drew the 1 the last start. Best form has generally been believed to be on soft ground, but he's whizzed down the outside here and has tipped them out. B. Preble. Number 17 has got second, Grey Regent, Reese McLeod. And it's a photo for third between Pembleton and Strabane. The two here, Pembleton and Strabane. Pembleton just pushing his nose forward. It may gain it for him for third, but the judge certainly looking at the print. 14.17 and a print. 14.17 and a photo. Mad Charge again, straight to the outside, these horses. And you get 5 or 6 of them across the track, and you don't really get them to sort themselves out till probably inside the 300 metre mark. And just after Pembleton had got to the front, Strabane was still there, Grey Regent was finishing off, and then with a late charge, Preble, late, flashing home on Little Dozer to get up and win. 14.17, and still a very, very close photo for third.
We'll come back for the minors. The time 1.2.8.
Correct weight, Newcastle on the previous. Placings 5.11.4. Third, Cheltenham, 1 Tamond, 14.4. 2 Torfila, 3.90, 1.10. 3 Classic Status, 14.5. 4 Crown.
This was race 5 at Flemington, the Hilton on the Park Sprint, and watch 'em fly in this.
All clear, they're away. Pembleton jumped well, Delirious a little awkward. Away quickly is Suit, and now drifting back a bit. Over on the outside, Mr. Royston, 8/8, and also the Little Tacker began fast. Strabane just off them, and going out very quickly past time in the early stages as they settle now and they come past the 800 metre mark, and it might be past time in the middle of the track. A narrow leader to Straight Ace, and up there too is the Little Tacker, followed by Strabane. Just off them is Pembleton, close to the middle of the course, followed by Pittance. Further back in the field then came Matter of Honour. Back behind them, Regal Shot and Slipstream. A fair way from them, Cash Key. Down the outside is 8/8 and Little Dozer. Coming past the 350, it's Pembleton's taking the lead from Grey Regent and Pittance on the far side. Pastime battling away, and Strabane is still there. Mr. Royston can't go on. Little Dozer starting to come home. Pembleton the leader from Strabane, Grey Regent and Little Dozer on the outside rail. It's now with 100 to go. Little Dozer racing up to Grey Regent and Pembleton. Little Dozer's taken the lead. Little Dozer's one at the head to Grey Regent second, either Pembleton or Strabane for third. Clear then of Pastime, followed then by Delirious, and back behind those to finish was Cash Key, followed by Suit and Pittance, Mr. Royston, and then came the Little Tacker, trailed by Regal Shot, never came into it, nor did 8/8 and Slipstream. Well back in the field is Matter of Honour going over the line, and Straight Ace is one of the last in.
And the winner was number 14, Little Dozer, ridden by Brett Preble, winning that listed race, 22.60 and 6.40. Grey Regent got second, 11.60. Dead Heat third, between Pembleton $1 and Strabane, trained by Max Lees, running a bold race at $2.90. Now the Quinella is 508. That's a dead heat, all right. Exact of $1,118, and there were 2 trifectas, 14.17.2, 4,896, and 14.17 and 8 will pay 8,841. That's the way they hit the line in the Hilton on the Park. The winner, Little Dozer, is out of one of the best named horses of recent years, out of a mare called Make-Up Lady. And Make-Up Lady was sired by Paint the Stars, who was a high-priced yearling himself many years ago. Now they're getting in at Cheltenham. They're all right in the...
See to come up.
Now for the 1,000 guineas in Christchurch. Here's Rion Murtha.
Just about set, ready to go.
Jump. They're racing. Damasceno, a late scratch.
Horse. By Geiger Counter.
Burning Cash jumped best, followed out by Moon Magic. Flying Babe going up to join them. Final Destination. Venus was a name up against the rail. Just between those, drifting a bit though, was Swallow trying to get around as Brockovich and Little Angel going forward to be with the pace after the first half a dozen or so. They were followed then by Explosive and Blackrock College 2 lengths away. Back and behind runners then on the outside is Miss Cope, followed by Salas back in the field, and Spring second to last, and last of all is Adam Angel. They run out of the back, 1,000 metres left to run. Flying Babe in front, Pledge has got closest to it. Burning Cash is third, Little Angel alongside of that with Brockovich, followed by Venus was a name buried down on the inside of Final Destination. About 3 lengths further back, Explosive on the inside, and next to that is Moon Magic, followed by Blackrock College, still about 8 lengths off the lead. Miss Cope the outside, Swallows on its inner, further back to Adam Angel and Salos, and Springs at the tail of the field. They run the home turn now, 500 metres out. Flying Babe in front, Flying Babe, Final Destination and Pledge. They were followed in behind runners then. Little Angel coming into it now, and back on the inside to Burning Cash, and down the outside with a good run is Swallow, is Moon Magic rather, and further out Blackrock College being called upon. Final Destination, and it accelerates. Final Destination puts a length and a half on Flying Babe. Here's Blackrock College coming late, but too late. Final Destination has upset the Guineas. Final Destination gets home. Blackrock College, Moon Magic, Flying Babe weakening a little in the last 100 metres, followed home by Explosive. Heading the rest across was Spring, then came Swallow and Little Angel, followed home by Adam Angel. Then Venus was a name and Pledge, Salas, followed by Miss Cope, Brockovich, and Burning Cash.
Well, the win dividend tells the story. Final Destination 33.70 and 5.10. Blackrock College 140, Moon Magic 4.30. Numbers 11.18 on the 1,000 guineas at Riccarton. Now, Ken Parsons prepares Descendant, one of the chances in the race coming up. Here he is with Joe.
Ken, Descendant.
Descendant coming up now, the second pick. And Cutting, resuming from a spell in the familiar Peter Horwitson family colours, goes into the gates. Out the back goes a towel, a little bit of sweat wipe from the neck of Cutting, and it looks as though we're just about ready for action. Red light is on, and the starter is about to come down to his stand. A little bit of activity with the inside runner there at the moment. The assistant starter and a gateman in with that mare. Starter goes down to his stand now. Snartix rider in club's colours, Beauty Way the horse getting the attention. There might be a slight gear adjustment necessary to Beauty Way. I can just see one of the attendants over there with a piece of equipment. Beautiful day out here today. It's a magnificent afternoon weather-wise. Crowd is not big as you'd expect. But those here would be having a pleasant afternoon, I'm sure, particularly if they've backed the first two favourites, which have both saluted nicely. Restore was lucky to win the first. Gourmet Paradise should have beaten it, there's no doubt about that. But anyway, back to business here. And they're ready to run. This is the third of the day. And they're off this time, and Cutting from the outside gate jumped as well as anything. Spectroscope looking to lead. A length away third is Descendant from Sporting Queen, See the Gold. Not far back is Acapulco Storm, and a couple to Beauty Way and company with Snartic, and they're racing well bunched. Coming down to the 900 marker, Glenn Collis has taken Spectroscope through to lead now. About a half length on Cutting. Sporting Queen third, and See the Gold is fourth. Then Acapulco Storm, followed by Saran, and then Beauty Way Descendant is back to second. second last, and Absolute Snartic. As they come to the 600 marker, no change in the order, and Spectroscope holds the lead. Second is Cutting, See the Goal the favourite. Third and wider out is Saran. Sporting Queen on the rails from Acapulco Storm, a length descended, revved up by Bowman at about 4 to Beauty Way and Snartic. They're on the corner, and Spectroscope the leader, about a half to 3/4. See the Goal between them. Cutting, Sporting Queen going up on the rails, then descended at Acapulco Storm and Snartic on the outside. Inside the 200, and Beasley takes the favourite clear. See the Gold, a length on Acapulco Storm, descended and Cutting, but See the Gold is doing it well. It's the hat-trick for her, and the first three for little Lenny B today. See the Gold beat Acapulco Storm, descended, and over on the inside Cutting, followed home then by Snartic, Beauty Way, Sporting Queen, Saran next to last. The early leader knocked up quickly, Spectroscope. She's having a picnic, Lenny. Number 5, See the Gold, has paid $2.80 and $1.30 from 3 Acapulco Storm, $1.90. And 7 Descendant will be third, and it will pay $1.90. So the hat-trick
run, Mary Prim at $3.80 for the 1,500 metres, fourth race. Ready, and they're racing. Good line 2, peating back to the tail straight after the start was Stevens. Quarty was the best to begin and lands 3 lengths in front early from Crown High and Ramardi. Improving around the outside, Mary Prim goes up to a clear second. Quarty leads by 3 parts, Mary Prim. Crown High third, the inside of Ramardi. They were followed by Lonely Pyramid, Yes Ministers from Magical Walk, 3 wide at the back of the field and 2 lengths to Stevens. At the 1,000 metre mark, Quarty leads by 3 parts, Mary Prim. Box seating third, the inside Crown High, and Ramardi fourth on the outside. Lonely Pyramid fifth from Yes Ministers. Magical Walk second last and 2 lengths away to Stevens as the field pack up a little now. They slacken the tempo. Quarty at the 800 leads from Mary Prim. They were followed by Lonely Pyramid, who now whips around the outside, 3 wide to go up and challenge, and in fact hits the front. At the 650, Lonely Pyramid now the leader by a length. Quarty and Crown High, then Ramardi. Mary Prim drops back to 5th there, followed by Yes Ministers, Magical Walk, and 2 lengths to Stevens as they come to the corner. At the 450, Lonely Pyramid just the leader. Quarty still has the inside. Ramardi joining in. Then came Crown High. Behind those then on the inside, Yes Ministers and Mary Prim's dropped out on the outside. Ramardi, Lonely Pyramid together. They were followed by Quarty still kicking, and Yes Ministers behind them's getting through. Lonely Pyramid the leader, trying to pick it up. Ramardi, Quarty still there. Yes Ministers getting through. Magical Walk and Crown High down the outside. Lonely Pyramid the leader. Yes Ministers claims it. Yes Ministers goes home better, and Yes Ministers won from Lonely Pyramid. Magical Walk third, then Crown High, followed by Quarty. Behind those, Ramardi. Mary Prim dropped out at about the 500. It's finished second last, and Stevens the last one to finish.
Another one for Max Lees, and like most of the Max Lees runners, the girth is covered by that bright orange lamb's wool. 319 across the line there at Newcastle. Now the Emirates Stakes, another update. Umrum 18, Mr Murphy 22, Crawl at 980, Higher 840, Lazagoletta 11, Weasel Will 980, and Final Fantasy at 19. He's come in 4 points, Final Fantasy. La Bella Dama $10, Emission 530, market price out. Acabilk 20, Defier 850, Flavour 42, Lord Essex 27, Mr Bureaucrat 17, and there's one more here, Desert Eagle at $23. Only a minute to a start now. Alf Matthews' numbers are 13, 10, 4, 12. Alf likes Defier. For the Group 1 Emirates Stakes at Flemington, here's the replay. Your caller, Greg Miles.
Group 1 race of the carnival. Emirates Stakes field, and they're off. And Desert Eagle began well, so did Umrum on the inside, and Lord Essex got away fast. Final Fantasy just off them early. Mr Murphy's going forward, and there's La Bella Dama shooting up towards the front as they go through the first 200. And La Bella Dama goes to the lead and goes out by 2 to Lord Essex. Mr Murphy third, Umrum is fourth, the outside of Desert Eagle. A length and a half to Higher, and he's followed by Acabilk the inside. Closely being followed by Final Fantasy, a length and a half to Flavour. Over on the inside, a Mission trailed by Defire, and then came Weasel Will. 2 lengths, La Zagaletta, Mr. Bureaucrat. And at the tail of the field is Crawl at the 1,000 metres. And La Belladama tries to steady the tempo. Lord Essex second, Mr. Murphy third. Desert Eagle ahead away fourth, the inside, followed by Umrum. Next higher on the outside from Ackerbilk, who's fired up, and then Final Fantasy, followed by Flavour, a Mission chucked away the rail from Weasel Will, Defire, and then La Zagaletta. Crawler second last coming towards the turn, and 3 lengths to Mr. Bureaucrat. La Belladama took them to the 600 and around the turn narrowly from Lord Essex and Mr. Murphy. Desert Eagle right behind them with Umrum, pulling to the outside as higher as they flatten for the run home, and then Ackerbilk back behind them as Final Fantasy and a Mission trying to pick his way through the field, coming towards the 400 metre mark, and La Belladama slipped away. She's over 2 lengths to Desert Eagle. Lord Essex is running on down the outside, and then a Mission trying to get into the clear, and Umrum coming, and down the outside is higher at the 150 metre mark now. La Belladama in front, Desert Eagle coming at it. Desert Eagle getting to the lead now, a Mission flying home. Desert Eagle, a Mission coming hard. Desert Eagle won it ahead to a Mission. Fato third, La Zagaletta or La Belladama. Closely followed in by Final Fantasy, Defire, and then Crawl down the outside, and further back was Weasel Will, Umrum, Mr. Bureaucrat and higher. They were trailed by Ackerbilk, and then Lord Essex. Towards the tail as Flavour, and Mr. Murphy is last of all.
Well, Karen McAvoy notches another Group 1 success on Desert Eagle for the Matthew Ellerton stable, 1890 and 580. A Mission second, 230. Our Scott Seamer must have sensed another Group 1 about 100 metres out when he was still in front on La Belladama. But they swamped her in the last little bit. $3.70, Quinella $74.90, Exacta $171.50, $1,501 is the trifecta. Final Fantasy did a good job. He finished right on the heels of the place getters and appeared to be balked in the straight when a runner shifted out sharply in front of him. That was the Emirates Stakes Group 1 at Flemington on the final day of a fabulous carnival. Cheltenham up.
270 a place.
And the favourite is a Mission. He's an easing favourite. The second pick and solid is 4 Crawl. Just a little further out to 13 Defire and number 5 higher. There's money for Mr. Bureaucrat at odds. Weasel Will is kept safe with La Zagaletta. Umrum's got out. Mr. Murphy out of good odds with Final Fantasy as they get ready. And Mr. Bureaucrat coming along to its gate. About 4 or 5 to come up. Heavy shower has probably just taken the edge off the track here, I'd say, Dean.
Yeah, Brian, it'll be very interesting to see what effect it does have on the track. We've had a fair bit of racing, so wouldn't take much for it to drop out closer to the rail, I'm sure. So, yeah, interesting race. I thought Defire back on the big track today might be seen to advantage.
All right, John Hawkes has got 4 in the race. Lord Essex, the stable mates, of course, to Lord Essex are Crawl and Higher. Higher in the black with the cerise cap, Crawl in the all cerise. And Flavour's there for the stable as well. Set for the Emirates. Lights are blinking. Ready to go. Stalls back racing in the Emirates now, and Umrum flew out near the inside with Desert Eagle from Final Fantasy. Away fast further out as Lord Essex and also Mr. Murphy, and La Belladama is going quickly right around the outside, and the mare's going to take it up in the early point. La Belladama from Lord Essex, and further back is Mr. Murphy and Umrum from Desert Eagle. A length further back then higher. Then came Ackerbilk, who's over on the inside from Final Fantasy. A length Flavour from a Mission Defire, and then came Weasel Will. 2 to La Zagaletta, who's back near the rear with Mr. Bureaucrat. And Crawl last of all, going along the side, and La Belladama backs off the speed. 3/4 Lord Essex. A length further back then is Mr. Murphy out 3 wide third. Desert Eagle fourth. 1 then to Umrum fifth. 3/4 higher over on the inside of it. Ackerbilk, a length into Final Fantasy. 3/4 to Flavour, a length further back. A Mission over on the inside of Weasel Will and Defire 3 deep. 2 to La Zagaletta. Further back was Crawl second last, and 2 last of all Mr. Bureaucrat. Coming along the side inside the 800 metre mark, and La Belladama a half length in front of Lord Essex, and Mr. Murphy's had no luck. He's still wide. Desert Eagle is fourth back on the inside of Umrum. Then came higher, moving up on the outside a length into Ackerbilk. Further back behind it, coming off the fence, a Mission followed by Final Fantasy. Weasel Will, Defire and Crawl pull to the outside. In the straight of the 400, La Belladama extended 2 lengths in front of Desert Eagle out. Ackerbilk up on the fence. fence, and further back on the track is A Mission starting to shoulder out, followed by Lord Essex, and down the outside higher, A Mission is coming after La Bella Dama and Desert Eagle. Desert Eagle, La Bella Dama, 2 to A Mission starting to come home well, and Lee Zagaletta up on the inside, getting to the front. Desert Eagle, A Mission is flying. Desert Eagle's just won from A Mission. La Zagaletta and La Bella Dama right on the line. Behind those to Fire from Final Fantasy. Then the outside is Crawl. Further back, Mr. Bureaucrat. With behind those Weasel, Will Bilk Umrum. Further back in the race, higher, followed by Lord Essex. Well back was Flavour, and Mr. Murphy is back at the tail.
18 Desert Eagle, K. McAvoy, $20 and $5.90 in a photo. 10 A Mission at $2.70 for third. 9 La Bella Dama, $3. 6 La Zagaletta, $4. Correct weight,
18
Newcastle.
has got the run of the race all the way and has staved off the challenge of A Mission to get home. 18, 10, 9 and 6. 18, 10, 9 and 6. Karen McAvoy pick up right on the day onto Desert Eagle off gate number 1. Gave the horse every possible chance. Got to La Bella Dama. A Mission started to steam down the middle, and he's missed about a half head on the post. Right on the line, A Mission to take the Group 1, and it's gone to Desert Eagle. Desert Eagle at $18.90 and $5.80, just from A Mission number 10, $2.30, and 9 La Bella Dama at $3.70, 18, 10 and 9. Number 18, Desert Eagle, Kieran McAvoy for Contract Racing. And Matty Allerton, who's had a pretty quiet carnival. This horse was just beaten on Saturday by Scenic Peak. Went out to the 1600 for the second time today, but had the one gate to get the favours. He came out, McAvoy, to tackle the Bella Dama. And then A Mission started to sprout wings down the middle, was going home 2 to the winner's 1. And has just missed about a short head to a half head. At the same time, La Zagaletta was getting up on the inside with La Bella Dama battling on in the middle. And Desert Eagle gains at number 18 from number 10, which is A Mission, and third to number 9, La Bella Dama, just ahead of Lee Zagaletta.
And the totes, 10 Desert Eagle, $20 a win, $5.90 a place. 10 A Mission, $2.79. La Bella Dama, $3. Quinella, 67.
Has had, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 runs since joining the Gay Waterhouse stable for 3 wins and a third. Chris Muntz riding Bold Troubadour. National Bid behaves well. Only Pugat Larwin to come forward now from the stables of Peter Staunton in the national capital. Pugat Larwin is in, and we'll soon see action. This is the 4th, the Lord Ben Handicap. Racing this time, and one of the best to break the line was Bump and Run, commencing pretty well. Oscar Warrior, Sybil is right up there, Newington Style and Bold Troubadour are in search of the lead, and as they travel now 250 metres, Newington Style is the leader. Oscar Warrior is running second, Bold Troubadour third, Sybil fourth, then National Bid, followed closely by Bump and Run, a couple of lengths to Danger, little over a length's gap then to Pugat Larwin, second last Normal Practice, and Absolute is Christian Lad. At the 850 marker, and Newington Star leads a half. Oscar Warrior, Bold Troubadour from the inside is still on the rails. It is only about 3/4 off the lead. A length to Sybil, and 2.5 further back in the field is Bump and Run, who's travelling on the outside of National Bid. 2.5 then to Danger. Pugat Larwin on its outside, about 4 to Christian Lad, and Normal Practice not doing enough. Down to the turn, 450 to run. Newington Style from Oscar Warrior. Bold Troubadour a length away third, followed by Sybil, and then Bump and Run, Danger, and Pugat Larwin from National Bid. Straightening up, Newington Style, grabbed by Bold Troubadour. Oscar Warrior third, a length to Bump and Run, Sybil, Danger, and then Pugat Larwin. Newington Style won't give in. Oscar Warrior's almost got it now, and Bump and Run joining in. Forget the favourite. Oscar Warrior the leader. Bump and Run raced up to it. Bump and Run does the better. A smart horse. Bump and Run beat Oscar Warrior and Newington Style. And then came Danger, wide out. Bold Troubadour the fence, and between them in the finish for fourth, National Bid, then Sybil, Pugat Larwin, Christian Lad, and unfortunately Normal Practice is a light of other days and was tailed right off. Oh, he's a smart horse, this fella. Number 2, Bump and Run, Luke Price. Nice ride by Luke.
Charming Vision, having trouble with it once it left the yard. So number 10 is a late scratching. Now we have a late scratching. Number 10, Charming Vision, is a late scratching. Late scratching, number 10, Charming Vision. Order of stewards, so it comes out, Charming Vision. So that leaves us with the Carnegie Express to move up. And the field will be set to go. Number 10, Charming Vision, a late scratching. It was at $202 on the tote. Carnegie Express goes in and the field is now set to run. We're down to 11 runners for race 5, 1,200 metres. Ready to go. Set now. And racing. Bulletproof Billy towards the inside was away okay. Carnegie Express was only fair out. Switchery began very fast and clears out early. Byling Sleepin, who goes up to second. They were followed by Mr. Frown not far away, third on the inside, and Rose of Pecan covers it up. 2 lengths to Earth Legend, and they were followed by Bulletproof Billy along the inside. 2 lengths to Lonely Charmer, Exoticos, and then Xanady Express. They were followed by Carnegie Express, who's second last, and last of all was Mountain Sea. They head down towards the 700 Switchery, the leader by 3 parts Sleepin. Mr. Frown third on the inside from Rose of Pecan. They were followed by Earth Legend around the field, 3 wide, 2 lengths Lonely Charmer, Xanady Express. Bulletproof Billy along the inside from Carnegie Express with 2 behind it, and they are Exoticus and Mountain Sea given a slap with the whip as they corner. At the 350, Switchery and Sleepin together. Rose of Pecan on the outside, Carnegie Express down the centre coming with a run, and Xanady Express is coming with it as well, and behind those Exoticos, Rose of Pecan strikes the front from Bulletproof Billy getting out, and Carnegie Express down the outside. Rose of Pecan in front, Bulletproof Billy and Carnegie Express coming at it. Bulletproof Billy going home better in the centre and 1. Bulletproof Billy from Rose of Pecan, and Carnegie Express was third. A gap Switchery fourth, and then Earth Legend. Behind them Exoticos, and then came Lonely Charmer. Further back, Mr. Frown. Xanady Express didn't come on, and behind those Sleepin, and the last one to clock in, Mountain Sea. Toppy the winner.
Righto, Matt. 1:11.2. Winner finished quickly at Newcastle. Bulletproof Billy to defeat Rose of Pecan and Carnegie Express. Now, race 7's only a minute away at Flemington, and you'll see the replay immediately after its run. And Adolescence at 6:20, Burley at 9:80. They're the only 2 under double figures on that page. Over to the A Train, $3.10, $9.90, Viva La Vie. So the A Train, number 9, is favourite with Damien Oliver in the saddle, and another big hold on the TAB, 690,000.
For the place.
Make Me a Miracle kept safe with Burley. Dean, they're coming up as Currency Reps, the last one to go to the line.
Yeah, I thought the A-Train, Brian, and I thought the money was right for Viva La Vie. Looked terrific today.
Okay, just about set to go at the 2000 start. Lawyer on the inside, Jade Prince. The A-Train drawn in, they're off and running. Jade Prince and the A-Train first out here, going fast as Comforts, and further out as Adolescence. The Collector and Power Rhythm, and also Vasileios is up prominent early, sorting themselves out in the first 200 metres. Comforts just led Jade Prince. The Collector and Power Rhythm are further out in the track. The A-Train's right behind those, followed further back in the race by Chrysler Magic, and further out as Manziel from Lawyer. They're really bunched up from Viva La Vie, and now Adolescence getting back, followed by Make Me a Miracle with Collins Street, and well back in the race on the first turn, Currency Rep. Back in the middle is Burley. To the back they go, and Power and Rhythm took it up. Led a length and a half, the Collector, and on the inside, Comfort's third. A length further back, Manziel fourth. On the outside of Chrysler Magic, Jade Prince back on the fence, a half to Merlin's Law. The A-Train just off midfield on the inside of Vasileios, a length then Viva La Vie. Lawyer on the inside of Adolescence, 1 Currency Rep from Burley. Collins Street and Make Me a Miracle back at the rear. Power and Rhythm along the back of the 1100, led 2 lengths, the Collector. Comfort's third, and Manziel is fourth, but out 3 deep. A length further back, Chrysler Magic, 3/4 the grey, Merlin's Law on the outside of Jade Prince. 3/4 to Vasileios, then Viva La Vie. The A-Train just off midfield, followed further back by Adolescence, then Currency Rep. A length then to Lawyer, further back Burley, Collins Street, and 2 to Make Me a Miracle. Before the turn at the 750 metre mark, and Power and Rhythm over on the inside now.